Welcome to Live Alive. In today's video we'll start with Dom sends title warning. Liverpool star Dominic Szoboszlai has insisted the Reds to be perfect between now and the end of the season to ensure they are Premier League champions. The midfielder has been speaking to Blick in Hungary about the title race, which promises to be one of the tightest in Premier League history. Liverpool currently lead the way after the weekend's fixtures, sitting top of the table with 67 points from 29 games so far. That puts them 2 points ahead of Arsenal in second and 3 ahead of Manchester City in third after they drew with each other at the Etihad on Sunday. The Reds had not expected to find themselves in this position this year after a disappointing campaign last year that saw them finish 5th and 22 points behind eventual winners Manchester City. Instead, they have bounced back from that poor showing and have the extra motivation of being determined to make Jurgen Klopp's final season at Anfield a special one. The reality, though, is that they face arguably the hardest remaining fixtures of the 3 challengers, and the Liverpool man admits they need to be perfect to ensure the title is theirs. It wasn't an ideal start, but we've come back from behind a few times this season and turned it around, he said after the win over Brighton. That was the scenario again, and although it wasn't easy, in the end we just collected the 3 points. If we don't make any mistakes from now on, we'll win the gold medal, so it's up to us to decide whether we can go for the perfect run. We need to start each of the remaining 9 rounds as if it were our last, and after Arsenal's loss on Sunday, we no longer have to aim to score 16 goals in one of the 9 games. Who is Bent Dardai? Liverpool target and likened to Kevin De Bruyne, Bent Dardai is emerging as one of the biggest talents playing in the 2 Bundesliga today. The midfielder is currently plying his trade with Hertha Berlin, but is out of contract there in June. Football Transfers reported that Liverpool and Chelsea sent scouts to watch the youngster in action. But just who is Dardai and how good is he? Dardai is an attacking midfielder who can also play as a number 8 and even as a second striker. Dardai comes from a distinguished footballing heritage. His father, Paul Dardai, is a well-known Hungarian manager, currently presiding over his son's side Hertha, and former footballer, while his brothers Palko and Martin Dardai have also made their mark on the football pitch. The family's football legacy extends further back. His grandfather, also named Paul Dardai, was a notable figure in both playing and coaching. Of course, this has helped massively for Dardai, who has been nurtured in football from a young age. Dardai began in the youth setup of Hertha Berlin, before eventually transitioning to the senior squad at the age of 17 ahead of this season. Dardai has only made 8 2 Bundesliga appearances in his lifetime, mostly as a substitute, but already the talent is shining through, leading to a number of reports suggesting that some of the elite clubs are monitoring him. Dardai performs a bit like a Kevin De Bruyne prodigy. He is capable of using both feet, can dribble, while his passing and technical ability to control the ball is exquisite. Furthermore, just like the Manchester City star, he has an eye for shooting. He is solid at winning back and ball and playmaking from behind the midfield line, but where he flourishes is truly further advanced, when with the ball and approaching the box as number 10. Liverpool unlikely to hire De Zerbi. Liverpool securing Roberto De Zerbi in the search for a Jurgen Klopp replacement is now highly unlikely. The Athletic's David Ornstein has now revealed, in the wake of the news that their German tactician would be departing the club at the end of the season. After almost 9 years of loyal service and undeniable success, they began to chalk up a list of potential replacements, including De Zerbi, having seen Xabi Alonso remove himself as a candidate to succeed Klopp over the weekend. The Liverpool Chiefs are now revisiting their shortlist in order to have a plan in place ahead of the 2024-25 season, and Brighton's manager emerged as a front-runner. De Zerbi's Amex Stadium contract will run its course in the summer of 2026, meaning that Liverpool would have needed to fork out a significant compensation fee to see him occupy the Anfield dugout anyway. After De Zerbi suffered his first defeat to Klopp on the weekend, he was praised for his non-negotiable approach, despite playing one of the best teams in the English top flight. Klopp and company managed to secure a 2-1 home victory over the Seagulls. Speaking about the Reds' managerial search, Ornstein revealed in the Athletic FC podcast that, to the best of his knowledge, a move for the Italian is now looking incredibly unlikely, despite the clamour over his suitability of making the step up from Brighton to the Liverpool hot seat. My information is that it's incredibly unlikely that Liverpool will go for De Zerbi. I'm being told that's not going to happen. And I see the stories continue to propel, and also see that he's heavily linked with Bayern Munich, so let's see on that one. Liverpool begin talks to sign Rodrygo. Liverpool have made contact with Real Madrid over a new superstar joining this summer. The Reds may be in the dark over who will manage them next season, but the structure is in place for their recruitment drive. Michael Edwards has returned to work for ownership group FSG and will oversee a hectic summer in which Jurgen Klopp departs after 9 years, while Liverpool have frequently signed up-and-coming players on the cusp of world-class status under the German. However, their first buy after he goes could well be a genuine superstar of the European game. Cody in Spain has reaffirmed claims from outlet Sport, via Sport Witness, that Liverpool have made contact with Real Madrid over Rodrygo. The Brazilian was instrumental against Athletic Club over the weekend with a brace, yet could be deemed surplus to requirements this summer with a likely signing of Kylian Mbappe on a free transfer, in addition to teenage wonderkid Endrick linking up this summer. It's believed that Los Blancos want €100 million for Rodrygo's signature. A plethora of Premier League clubs are said to be interested, but intriguingly, the 23-year-old may be a replacement in the long term for Mohamed Salah, having forged a niche on the right wing during his time at the Bernabeu. Liverpool's interest, along with plenty of rivals, is likely to be genuine. At this stage though, it's likely to be little more than an inquiry as to the availability of the superstar, with talks set if Real are open to losing him. And that's the final content of today's video. Like, subscribe to support Live Alive.